Welcome to your next lesson on hair and makeup. Okay, ladies, as you can see, your hair and makeup on your wedding day is one of the most important decisions that you will have to make. For me personally, when I got married, this was one of the line items on the budget where there was no room for negotiation. I chose to have my hair and makeup done by this wonderful professional hair and makeup artist to the stars the day of my wedding, instead of arriving in a limousine. I wanted to not only look good, but feel great on my wedding day, so it showed in my pictures and video. So, if you're like I was, and this is one of the most important aspects of your wedding day, let's review some important information you'll want to know in order to have the best experience ever. In this lesson, we'll go over what you need to know about your hair and makeup, including going to your trial prepared, how to dress for your hair and makeup trial, if you should or shouldn't go alone to trials, why it's important to ask questions and the ones you'll want to make sure you ask, the importance of taking pictures, why to make sure you watch the time, costs, and a beauty timeline you can use as a reference. So, if you're ready, let's get started. First things first. You'll want to set up a hair and makeup trial with your chosen stylists. You'll want to bring any inspirational pictures with you of styles that you would like to have them recreate, as it's much easier for a stylist to see what you have in mind versus you just explaining it to them. Also, you're going to want to bring a picture of your wedding dress, and the reason for this is your hairstylist may have some great suggestions as to the perfect look that will complement the details of your dress. If the back of your dress is simply stunning, your hairstylist may have some suggestions on how to wear your hair to complement this feature on your dress. And while you're at it, you might as well bring your veil in with you to your trial and any accessories you'll want to wear in your hair as well. Your hairdresser will be able to incorporate them into your hairstyle for a cohesive look, and you'll get a better picture of how you'll look on your wedding day. If you've chosen your accessories already, like your earrings and necklace, you'll also want to bring them along so they can be incorporated into the finished look as well. And I also must mention, because I wore them for my wedding, but it's important to remember if you plan on using any type of extensions that you'll want to have a separate appointment where they are cut to the correct length and color matched if necessary. You want your trial to be all about the wedding hair, so you'll want to make sure you get this done prior to your appointment and bring the extensions with you ready to go on the day of your trial. And while you're collecting things to bring with you that day, I have to say the most important thing to bring with you would be a white t-shirt. Every single bride should bring with them on the day of their trial a white t-shirt that has been cut out with a similar neckline that matches your wedding gown. And the reason for this is because it'll help you get an idea of how exactly your hair and makeup will look and work with your wedding dress. To go solo or not to go solo? That is the question. Going solo to your hair and makeup appointment is always the best choice if you ask me, and there are many reasons for this actually. Number one, you'll get to relax and enjoy the experience much better. When you have 2 or more people with you at your appointment, everyone's input or opinions may derail your initial decisions. The less people whose opinions you have to consider, the better when it comes to choosing a look that best suits you. Also, you should go in with your list of questions. Don't worry, you'll find a list for you to bring with you in the download section of this lesson. You want to make sure before you leave that you know any preparation requests they may have, like when to shampoo your hair, or what products you should buy and shades so you know how to touch up your makeup that day, as well as discussing any financial aspects and how much it will cost and what is included. You are more apt to have all your questions asked when you fly solo as opposed to others jumping in and asking their own questions, and the next thing you know, you walked out having signed a contract and don't even know what's included. Also, if you go solo, to your appointment, you're more likely to be able to try more than one style. You may think your hair looks great in an updo, only to find out it actually looks much better in curls and braids, which accentuate your dress. When you go to your appointment solo, again, You will not be wasting as much time with everyone else's input, and you should have time to try out more than one look. Also keep in mind, you will want to watch the time to see how long it will take your hair and makeup artist to create your look. Make sure you ask them how much time they will need on your wedding day so you know how to build it into your day of timeline, and you should also pad in about an extra 15 minutes just in case. The most important questions you're going to want to ask is what products they use for touch-ups, how to fix smudges, how long it will take, and what are their preparation recommendations. Now, this one seems obvious, but some people do forget some important picture-taking details. Obviously, the more pictures you take, the easier it will be to recreate the style, so unleash your inner selfie queen. You'll want to take pictures both indoors and outdoors, as you will probably be taking them both inside and outside on the day of your wedding. Also, you're going to want to take shots from every single angle, not just the front or the back, but the front, sides, and back. And while you're at it, don't only do half body shots. Make sure you get a few full body shots so you can see how everything looks from not only the front, but from behind as well. Because let's face it, people will see a lot of you from behind that day, especially during the ceremony, if you're facing the officiant, when you walk down the aisle, when you have your dances or cut your cake. So it's important that you know not only what you look like from the front, but from behind. Once you're happy with your hair and makeup, you'll want to discuss the financial aspects of the service. Before you leave, you'll want to know answers to the following. You'll want to know what's included in the service. Will she be shampooing and blow drying prior, or does the service just include styling pre-washed hair? If you are using extensions, is there any additional charge to put them in, or should they already be in when they arrive? You'll want to know what it costs for your hairstyle as well as your makeup application. You may also want to know how long the stylist is with you. Is it just while she's doing your hair and makeup and then she leaves, or is she there until the reception starts to touch you up as well? These scenarios can change the cost drastically. Most likely, you will have other members of the bridal party who need to have their hair and makeup done as well. So make sure you ask how much it would be for each service for your bridal party. Keep in mind that the larger the bridal party, the better the price. And when taking this into consideration, you must also ask how much time it will take to do the bridesmaid's hair and makeup, as oftentimes it is quicker than the bride's look. Because you'll want to factor this in during your getting ready time. If you have a large wedding party, you may need a few stylists in order to make sure everyone's done on time. So make sure you ask this question given the number of people you think will have to have their hair and makeup done professionally. I cannot stress this enough to every one of my clients. Make sure you get it all in writing. If you do not get everything in writing or in a contract, then you will have no agreement, and that stylist technically does not have to provide you with any services. Get everything you discussed and agreed upon in writing. Oh, and this may also seem like a no-brainer, but oftentimes brides forget, but you should always tip both your hairstylist and your makeup artist after the trial. After all, these people are providing you with their time, even if they are trying to earn your business. And 15 to 20% is appropriate. This means even if you have many different trials with many different stylists and artists, you should tip each one after the trial as well as on the day of the wedding. Now, because I too was unsure of the timing of everything when it came to my hair and skin care before the wedding, I have to put together a sample timeline for you to use as a guide. Because obviously you will not want to get a major haircut or color change right before your big day, nor would you want to get a facial peel or try out new tanning lotion the day before your wedding. Obviously, you can feel free to add or omit anything you'd like. I'd only caution you when adding anything that you do it far enough in advance that if you get any type of reaction or do not like the results, you will allow time to remedy it. What's trending in wedding hair and makeup? Smoky eyes, nude lips, matte foundation, red gloss lips, flush cheeks, and metallic eyes. Now, some tips to remember about your hair and makeup. Schedule your hair and makeup trial on the same day as your engagement photo shoot or even your engagement party, so you kind of get a 2-for-1 deal and you'll look your best that day. If you can, use a hair or makeup artist whose trials are free so you're not paying a ton of fees if you're trying several different stylists. If you have a friend or family member who can do your hair and makeup as a gift or at a discounted price, you could save yourself quite a bit of money. There's also the option of taking lessons and learning how to do your own hair and makeup if there's not much room in the budget for this. Going to a salon versus having them come to you will save you money on traveling fees. And girl, get yourself some false eyelashes. I've worn them once in my life, and that was on my wedding day, and trust me, they'll make your photos look amazing.